Sorry, I had something in my throat.
That's okay. How's it going?
Yeah. Going good.
You ate
going
Scotty,
pretty good.
Didn't you?
What's that?
You ate Scotty and painted your face with his blood and bile, didn't you?
I mean,
TJ,
that is a theory.
Naughty TJ. He's a business partner of ours, not a meal.
I mean, hey, that's how it goes. Yeah, you got to refresh. Oh, they're saying no audio. No audio.
You're talking about no audio.
No! They might be lying.
They're lying. Yeah, they're lying.
TJ, are you with me? Coolman said we're fine. All right, thank God. I pay some people to be honest.
Yeah, we keep some people on the staff just to be honest with us.
Coleman actually doesn't get paid to moderate, but we do throw some editing work his way.
True.
There. And some other little tasks.
True, Dad. It's a Scotty free day today, right, TJ? You and me?
That's right. I decided to look, I'll just be honest with you. This guy was here and we got in a major fight over this $1,000 that I owe him. Which, that he says I owe him, I should say. Allegedly, I owe him. Because we had a bet about Trump, and I feel like Trump did not. I mean, I personally feel that Trump lost the election, but there's a sizable number of Americans who believe that Donald Trump is and should remain president, So I think that, he's still technically serving his first term.
It kind of looks like you have a pair of lungs painted on your face.
Yeah, it does, huh? Yeah, it's got like a lung esophagus,
and then the lungs. Yeah, you've got
make the breathe in, breathe out noise. Maybe see if I can sync to it. Might be better if I close my eyes.
Yep. It looks like a pair of lungs on your goddamn face, TJ. You've
Black lungs. The lungs of a smoker.
You've done it now, TJ. You've done it now. You've broken yet another barrier. Speaking of barriers being broken, you want to launch us into our first story here today, TJ?
I mean, Scotty's not here, so I don't even see any reason why we should still do the news, right?
I mean, he is usually the one that forces us to do like an actual, no, we have to do the news today.
If you look at this, this is a good conversation prompt, I guess, anyway.
Yeah.
Because here's J.J. Abrams. Lack of plan in Star Wars' latest trilogy was critical flaw. No shit!
And in other news.
No! Goddamn shit!
Yep, dude. Up is down. Ice is cold. Fire is indeed hot, as confirmed by J.J. Abrams. The sky is indeed blue. Those white fluffy things that float up in the sky are indeed clouds, says J.J. Abrams.
I don't understand. Okay.
Lack of idea for Star Wars trilogy? Bad?
It's just so... How did it take this for you to learn the it's just fucking... It's obvious, fella. All right? Yeah, when you buy... And I know it's not you that bought it, but when someone buys for billions of dollars a popular movie franchise and then immediately launches into their own trilogy of entries into the classic film saga, it's probably a good idea if you have a fucking plan, right?
Yeah,
it's fucking... Okay.
Some kind of idea, you know what I mean? Is that what you're talking about? Like an idea for the characters and the journey that you think that they should take from the beginning of the trilogy to the end and the resolution and the rising action and all that. I don't know. What you're telling me is you should consider those things when you're writing a trilogy.
Right. Especially when you are writing hundreds of millions of dollars of film. Maybe when you're doing that and you've committed to doing an entire trilogy of films at a cost of probably close to $1 billion when all is said and done. Maybe have a plan. I don't know. Some kind of fucking a loose outline, maybe. Some kind of general idea of where the fuck you're going with it.
I love how slowly but surely all the people that were kind of involved in these Star Wars sequels, the recent ones.
They've kind of all come out and been all right, well, They've all done a mea culpa. This is the director of 2 of them coming out and being like, okay, well,
we
you
didn't
know,
really
like
have a plan, you know. We just kind of did we thought we'd just put some lightsabers in there and stuff, and maybe we just copy the first movie. That was kind of the plan at the beginning. Was just what happens in the first movie? A protagonist on a desert planet doesn't really know that they're a Jedi and discovers their powers and has to go on a world-saving mission, and you know what I mean. And then we figured we'll fill it in as we go, you know. We'll hire some good people and we'll give them names. We didn't really know, you know, what we were gonna do with some of these people, but we just came up with names for them, and we're like, now you come in and you say this, and we filmed it and we put it like that. But in retrospect, I think maybe had we spent 15 minutes coming up with a plan for this, it might have come out better. Maybe
maybe a little bit. I want you to think about this. There's no more they tried to capitalize on the nostalgia, obviously, for the original trilogy.
Yeah.
There was never a moment on that fucking screen where you saw Luke and Leia and Han and Chewbacca and the whole gang reunited. Right? And it never happened, and it never can now because fucking Carrie Fisher's dead. So you're going to bring back the old cast, but you're not going to go for that iconic. Should have been boom! Your major sales pitch for the first film. Look, the whole gang's back together again instead of doing this one at a time swan song shit. The strength of those characters was in how they fucking interacted with one another. Seeing how that had changed over the years. Instead, here's Leia. She's a fucking, general or whatever. Here's Han. He's still the same smuggler. He hasn't changed at all in fucking 30 years.
Yep.
And here's Luke. He's a fucking curmudgeon on a planet drinking blue titty milk out of the fucking walrus gut or what. What the fuck? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I don't think they knew what they were doing. And then the end of it, after the whole trilogy, I've bitched about this enough, but the fucking Palpatine's back. It was really him all along. It's what?
Yeah.
It was? Huh? When was
him.
that set up?
No, it was him, TJ. It was him.
I am every voice you have ever heard within your head.
Improv Star Wars, yeah.
Oh,
whose line is it anyway, Star Wars?
Whose lightsaber is it anyway?
All right. Lame. And you know what the sad thing is look at how they're incapable of finding anything even interesting from the movies that they're talking about. So they find a picture of Jar Jar Binks from the prequels.
Yeah,
they're not even discussing the prequels, but they couldn't find a single interesting character from the sequels. So they were just throw Jar Jar up there. He's synonymous with Star Wars sucking ass, right? Well, yeah, he used to be. Until this fucking ration of shit made people like me go well, you know what? The prequels were at least cohesive and had an idea where they were going to go and kind of had some Star Wars-y shit in them. You know how gross that feels? To be forced into the position of going oh yeah, the fucking prequels, in the light of the sequels. Pretty fucking okay, I guess.
You know what, George Lucas? I thought when I saw the prequels, I was like, George Lucas clearly has lost it. He doesn't have any semblance of what made Star Wars work anymore. But you know what? He actually did.
He did.
He had a plan. He had a plan. He had an idea for a fucking trilogy of films. Disney couldn't even do that. They couldn't even wait. How the fuck did Disney, the same studio that somehow meticulously juggled 500 characters for multiple films story arc to do the entire Marvel universe fucking Infinity War shit that they meticulously built block by block. They did that. But then they fucking can't write a fucking trilogy? What?
A gimme trilogy too. I got to be honest with you, I really don't think it would have been hard for them to make a fan service Star Wars trilogy. I really don't think so. Dude. Maybe it wouldn't have been better than the originals, but people like us and new fans would have walked away going all right, that was pretty cool Star Wars shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? It would not have taken much fucking effort at all for them to do that. Dude, all the building blocks are there.
All it would have taken was a fucking if J.J. Abrams had come in and had a plan for 3 films and done that, it would have been better. If fucking whatever, I can't remember the other guy's name. Ryan Johnson, everyone hates because they didn't like his second. But even if he had come in and done a trilogy of films to his vision, maybe it would have been unpopular with some of the hardcore fans, but it would have at least been a fucking vision.
Maybe.
These have no vision. No vision.
Well, actually, that's not true, TJ. The trilogies, each movie has a vision. It's just different and incompatible. It doesn't have right. It doesn't have a vision as a trilogy. Right. So each movie has a vision, but the vision is completely undone by whatever movie comes after it.
Or before it.
Right. So, the vision
doesn't
fit.
Just like it separated all the 3 characters and didn't have the wisdom to put them together. Like, we never saw... How do you never have a fucking scene?
We never got the scene with Luke and Leia and Han and the crew escaping from the fucking Death Star. We never got the fucking them flying together. You know what I mean? They just separated all these people into their different arcs and shit, and then expected us to like care about them as much as they supposedly cared about each other. It was just filled with nothing burger fucking plot lines and flashy stuff and moody looking imagery with nothing behind it. Just a big old hollow shell of a movie. No vision, just sprinkled with like obvious fucking fan service, just like the laziest kind. Like, let's put fucking Han Solo in it and get like, that fucking Harrison Ford hated that. He hated doing the goddamn shit. Dude, fucking Mark Hamill was one of the biggest critics of the fucking trilogies. He was sneak dissing it the whole time.
He made it pretty fucking clear throughout the entire fucking process that he was not happy with what had been done. And I mean, I wouldn't blame him because like his character arc it's just a giant, he wasn't able to sell it. Like, okay, I will give him this. Mark Hamill sells the character as he is, but the writing does not sell how Luke Skywalker became that character.
Not only that, but the movie that's wrapped around it doesn't support this new, world weary recluse,
right.
It doesn't fit him at all.
Things have not even things are no worse than they've ever been in the Star Wars universe, really. So how do we get this I'm done with all that. Fuck the Force. I don't give a shit. I'm a curmudgeon now. Give me some of that blue titty milk. It's like, oh yeah, that's the Luke Skywalker I remember for sure.
Dude,
he is.
I have no doubt in my mind that if they paid me or you or the both of us a quarter of the salary of any of the people that were writers, directors on this film, that we would have been able to crap out a better fucking goddamn Star Wars.
I don't know if I could have directed one better because I don't know shit about that. But if they just had me as an idea man and just showed me hey, is this good? I'd be like,
dude, a lot of directors.
Or I'd be like,
a lot of directors don't even do the job of directing like you might imagine it anymore. They're first seat directors, directors that are actually looking through the camera and conceiving shots. And then there are directors that hand over all that shit to the DP, like the director of photography and the storyboard artists and the concept people, and just kind of oversees the shots. So you don't even have to be some kind of fucking Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
I've been watching fucking
reckon I might direct me a movie.
I've been watching Deadwood. Hitchcock. You don't have to be Hitchcock. You don't got to be fucking, you could direct a goddamn Star Wars movie and it would be way more goddamn watchable than
I don't know, but I want to do it though. Dude, I feel like I would at least have better fucking ideas for it.
Even if it was a heinous flop, even if it was heinous and a terrible movie, it would be more watchable than what we have. I've never had a desire to go back and rewatch any of those fucking prequel or sequel films. Not one.
No, me neither. I haven't done it either. I haven't done it.
I watched them one time in the
theaters.
Each one and I was done.
Dude, one of them I watched craning my head like this because I was in the front and to the side. And I was like, I'll watch it again later when I can enjoy a proper picture of it. And I never did. I was just like, I don't really want to.
Fuck it.
No thanks, actually.
Who cares?
Fuck it. I don't give enough of a shit. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's, Star Wars shit. What are you going to do?
We're nerds.
Yeah, we're nerdy. What are you gonna do? Man? Fucking let's move on. John Cena's apology to China for calling Taiwan a country blasted as pathetic.
I mean, this is, I don't know if you've seen it. Him like bowing and scraping to China for having the audacity to like
call a country because China doesn't like it. Dude, it's probably, let's see, is the video in here?
It should. If it's not, you gotta fucking.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here it is. So wait, let's just fucking. This is a bunch of people blasting this fucking thing. Let me just read some context here. We'll watch the video in a second. Professional wrestler and Fast and Furious franchise star John Cena apologized to fans in China for calling Taiwan a country, sparking outrage from some Republican. No, this was across the political spectrum. Okay, I saw people all over the political map looking at this fucking shit and being like, what a pussy. Anyway, here it is. Oh, okay.
你好，中国，这是叫西娜。
Oh, this is the. You gotta find the one that's actually like subtitled in English.
Oh, okay.
Because there's one that actually is subtitled so you can see what he's saying.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just find it on like YouTube or something then. Hold on.
I saw it on Twitter. Let me just see. I can see if I can.
It's probably. I'd rather just play it on YouTube because the videos fucking work better and they have like John Cena Taiwan.
I found it. If you want the.
Yeah, I found a subtitled one too.
All right, fair enough.
This is subtitled from just from a news source here. Here you go. It's from The Guardian. Oops.
我必须说，现在，在《速度与激情》中，我做很多采访，很多，所以在一个采访，我有一个错误，所有人问我，如果我可以用中文，速度与激情中人给我很多资讯 information。所以很多采访，很多 information，我有一个错误，我必须说现在就是很重要，我爱更尊重中国更重。
I guess you don't love or respect Taiwanese people though, right?
I suck the dick of China. I am so sorry.
Just so you guys know.
And by the way, it's not Chinese people that are offended by this. It's just Chinese government officials that have to be condescended to like this. So this is like people that are, like Chinese regime defenders.
Look, remember, in China, if the Chinese government doesn't like a person or that, a person's political views or something, they can easily be like, oh, well, this movie's not coming out in China.
Of course.
You're not getting that box office. Nope. Because it's not like the U.S. like the government, the U.S. government doesn't, at least not typically. I can't think of an instance where they're like, this film cannot be released.
Dude, somebody needs to make a very stereotypically Chinese version of John Cena's intro music and layer it behind this.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. It needs to happen.
我很抱歉。
Oh, I'm so sorry too.
对不起，我很抱歉。
You can't see me.
I am so sorry that I identified another country that China doesn't choose to acknowledge for whatever reason.
Yep.
不好意思。
I'm so sorry. I bow. Please let my movie be released in your country so I can make money. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
I love and respect the Chinese people and the money that they will contribute to that being a box office hit so that I can continue to collect $1 million paychecks.
Dude, Cena is starting to look weird, by the way. I don't mean to...
Yes, look at him.
Isn't he starting to look odd?
He does look odd.
What does he look like? I don't know. His nose has become like a mushroom in the middle of his face. I feel
like it's a weird angle to shoot him at.
Maybe. Yeah. He just looks odd. He looks odd. Yeah. Yeah, it's like up his nose. Maybe this is how Chinese people Want like an apology video to be?
I am very sorry to the people of China, for I have done bad things.
He does look like Ernest. Dude, he looks like a ripped Ernest
Yeah.
Worrell.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
He's
Hold
ripped
up.
Ernest. Oh my God, dude. Whoever said that in the chat is a fucking genius, dude. Who was that? Who said that shit?
I don't know. It was
silhouetted animator, Ernest Cena, dude. You're fucking right, dude. He's Ernest. He is. He's Ernest P. Worrell, dude. Know what I mean, Vern? He's Jim Varney, dude. He's ripped Jim Varney returned.
Dude, okay, hold on. Except I think I would hope that Jim Varney would have refused this shit.
Yes, he is, dude. We're not the first to notice. He's turning into Ernest P. Worrell. Oh man.
All right. So as much as I hate what John Cena just did right now, Ernest reboot starring John Cena.
Ernest Goes to Camp, the reboot with starring John Cena. You know what I mean, Vern? Oh fuck.
Ernest goes to Uyghur camp, dude. Once again, he come back like, once again, I must apologize to the Chinese people.
Dude, he goes to the Uyghur camps and they're all
I
very
didn't
clean.
understand.
They're all clean and perfectly, like, you know, and all the Uyghurs are super happy and shit. And he's like, wow, man, what do you think, Vern? I thought we were going to find some suffering here, but it looks like these people are happy. Come on, Uyghurs.
Everyone loves it here.
Ernest is here to save you. And they're just like, we don't want to leave. We love it here. We love being Uyghurs here. What do you mean?
Yeah, and then President Z shows up. It's like, I love the Uyghur people.
He blows a kiss at him, like a rainbow flies across to them or something, and they all watch it go across the sky. Oh,
you know, yeah.
And Ernest visits the Uyghurs.
Yeah. The credits roll.
Oh, fuck, man. Holy fuck. How long do you think it's going to be before that shows up as a plot line in one of these action movies and they sanitize the whole Uyghur thing?
Oh, yeah, it'll happen.
You know it's going to fucking happen, right? Because you know that's going to play huge over in China. I'm really surprised
Chinese
that it hasn't
government
happened already.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not in a big, but like one of these big budget movies, you know?
How far? I mean, like when John Cena apologizes for correctly identifying that Taiwan is a country just so he can please China, like how far are we from that, really? You know what I mean?
Not very
like
far.
We're not far.
Not far.
We ain't far. We ain't fucking far.
Not far at all.
Your microphone volumes are off. TJ too loud. Paul not loud enough. Okay, well.
Well, I'm the one streaming, so I can mess with my volume a little bit. Check. And I can turn TJ down a little bit. We'll try that. I'm fine with that.
All right. Fair enough.
I just gave it a little feather.
Marilyn Manson wanted in assault in New Hampshire. Wanted in shouldn't it be for assault?
Yes.
Whatever.
Dude, by the way, like I will help you on this one, TJ. This is a nothing burger sandwich with extra totally goddamn mayo.
This is like a story that would have been not even reported on if not for what was going on. Like this is basically like they know people will misconstrue this as being part of like the ongoing thing with like the sex scandal stuff. And so they reported on this like it's actually a story, and it's just like not a story.
Yeah.
This is a story that like would not have even probably been more than a blurb in like a metal magazine.
If that.
If it hadn't been broke. Like, yeah, this is just like meaningless bullshit, the type of shit that Manson has always had to do with his entire fucking career. Just like, oh, yeah, this is okay, but we'll read some details.
Yeah, sure.
Police in New Hampshire say they have an arrest warrant for the musician Marilyn Manson on misdemeanor assault counts stemming from 2019. The Guilford Police Department made the announcement in a Facebook post Tuesday. Police said the 2 counts of misdemeanor simple assault are related to an incident at the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion involving a videographer. Manson was performing a concert at the venue on August 18th, 2019, when the alleged assault occurred, police said. The videographer, who was subcontracted by a New Hampshire record company to record the concert, was in a stage pit area when the alleged assault occurred, police said. Exactly what occurred is alleged by police was not immediately clear Tuesday night.
I actually saw an update on this. The police have come out and released more information about this.
Okay.
It's alleged that
it's a spit.
Yes,
it's a spitting incident. He spit.
He spit probably at the videographer to make it look cool for the fucking shot or whatever. Which is like, that's a videographer's job, is to get cool fucking rock star moments like that.
Wait, so like videographer at rock concert. Oh my God, I can't believe there's why is there a wild and raucous atmosphere here at this rock concert?
And then he flung his hair, which was drenched with sweat around, and some droplets got on me.
It's like, whatever, dude. So anybody who thinks this is a story, I'm just letting you know it's fucking not. It's bullshit.
Dude, there were tons of people that just like read this headline and they were like, well, it doesn't look good.
Well, that was the fucking intent. That was the fucking intent, obviously. It's
and
just
the useful idiots were right there with it, dude.
Oh, look, they got him. They got him.
He's getting arrested. He's going away. And I'm like, did you read one fucking paragraph into the article, you dumb monkey? Oh my God, dude. Just people are just such apes. Yeah. People act like such goddamn fucking apes these days. They read a fucking headline and they go, it's fucking ridiculous. This is like literally nothing. This is just like a dude trying to extort money out of Marilyn Manson. I read a fucking breakdown of this, and they were like, they tried to fucking, like, these guys said, like, you owe us 30 grand in damages.
Right,
and Manson was like, Manson had his people like reach out to him, like, all right, well, we're willing to fucking work with you, and they never got back to him. And now these people have, fucking escalated it now that Manson's back in the news and shit. And this is run like a big old hit piece in the news so that dumb fucking shaved apes will look at the headline and go like, oh, got him, another one. No one bites the dust. See, goes down. They're picking him up for that rape in New Hampshire or something.
Yeah.
That time that he abused that girl in New Hampshire. It's just so fucking ridiculous.
Whatever. Andrew Yang slams racist Daily News cartoon. Asians are being beaten in the street. So I don't know if we're is the cartoon in here? Here's the
what is this?
Here's the cartoon, I guess. So here's the cartoon. Evelyn Yang, I think that's his wife, right?
Yeah.
So here's the cartoon that I guess she got upset about. Let's see.
Well, she asked us to pick which one is from 2021.
Right. Okay, so this one's not from. This still looks also very new though. This doesn't look like some ancient shit.
No, this is not ancient history. I don't know what the point she's trying to make is.
So I guess she's saying that they made him look too stereotypical here or something.
I don't really see that.
I mean, I don't know. There's like, this guy's got a giant nose. Is that like, oh, it's a fucking
he's a
Jewish stereotype. Oh, look at that. I don't know. This seems pretty far-fetched. This does not to me have the hallmarks of like a racist.
Does Batman
depiction.
have a fucking camel toe in that picture? Go to or Spider-Man. Am
maybe a little.
Am I seeing that right?
It's like a little.
Can you zoom in on that shit? At all?
Yeah, hold on.
Probably not.
I can open image and new tab, maybe.
Dude, I want to see. Wait, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
Let's find out.
Because I'm pretty sure Spider-Man has a. Yup. That's a camel toe. What the fuck?
Camel toe. Camel toe. Spider.
Why is Spider-Man all
they're
like
called
weeble
they're
wobble?
Called tights.
He's all
tights
egg-shaped.
For a reason, Paul. Come on.
He's got a camel toe, dude. He's got a moose knuckle.
Someone said that's a full-blown moose knuckle.
Leave it to me to catch that. I'm like, let me see if this spider junk is intact. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What are they doing with Spider-Man's genital region there?
I'm such a sick fuck.
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the insinuation of the tights or the underwear underneath, but it kind of looks like just like a cock.
It looks like...
Yeah. Yeah, they got like the cock going on there, too.
Oh, boy. do see it. It looks like a big old boner.
Yeah, like you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it looks like he's got a fucking.
Notice that. It does. It looks like a big old
squirting
boner.
a fucking erection there. Yeah.
It's even squirting something out the end of it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, look at that.
It's
got a little squirt coming out.
Dude, he's giving Elmo a back shot.
He's picture. Like Elmo's. I mean, he's even eyeing Elmo's ass while he's doing that.
Yeah, dude, he's.
It's canon that Spider-Man wants to fuck Elmo, dude.
Wait a minute. Look.
And you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, like, wait. So wait. Hold on. Look, actually, to be honest with you, all of these figures seem kind of menacing now that I see that they're sporting erections, right?
Yeah, they really are.
Like, look at how they're walking. Like, if you saw someone in a fucking Spider-Man costume and an Elmo costume and a fucking Statue of Liberty costume, and Spider-Man's got a big erect fucking cock, right?
Yeah,
and they're coming at you like this. You know, like, I think you're going to be like, whoa. No, I don't think so. That ain't happening.
What does the world come to here? But is this like a racist depiction of Yang? No, I really don't think so.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see what they're saying about it. Yang, a current blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Yesterday, a daily news cartoon was published that depicted me or a racialized caricature clearly intended to be me as a tourist at Times Square. I've seen images like this before. I don't think so. I don't.
Whatever. I'm not an Asian person, so I'll defer to them on how they feel about it.
Sure, I guess. I mean, yeah, Asians, you can decide for yourselves, but from where I'm sitting as a fucking privileged ass white dude, like, I'm sorry,
it looks like a pretty fucking standard caricature whereas the one on the left is typical Charlie Chan racism.
Yeah, I mean, like, if they were depicting him like this,
right,
I would say, okay, yeah, 100%. But like, to me,
maybe that's the point we missed in this. Maybe the person is trying to point out that, like, this is a racist.
Evelyn Yang. That's his wife. So she's definitely trying to help. She's saying that these are like.
This is not this. No, dude. The one on the right, I feel, is a pretty charitable caricature type of cartoon of him, and the one on the left is stereotypical, fucking turn of the century Charlie Chan racism.
Yeah, I don't see the. I don't know. They don't seem equivalent to me. We were just talking this Jack Black a little earlier, but this is School of Rock kid drummer dies in bicycle accident, fatally struck.
I remember this
by
kid.
Car.
He was cool in the movie.
He was only in this movie. Only movie he ever did. He is a professional drummer. That's why he was in the movie, because he wasn't in the movie for his acting, but he was in there for his drumming ability. But he did a good job. Good enough, passable performance.
That's him. That's him there.
Here is older here
with the D.
Getting the D, which the D stands for double chin as well, I think. But whatever.
It's also their combined breast size of the group.
Yeah, the double Ds.
Yeah.
He got fatter and happier later in life, but he was a fucking he's a good drummer.
Oh, how did he die? He was on his bicycle, or
says he was riding his bike home.
So it was probably a motorcycle, I would say.
A 20-year-old woman was driving a car, struck and killed him. She was not arrested, but has been issued citations.
So I don't know the particulars of it, but
sure.
I like a very close friend of mine from my childhood has a son who was recently killed in a motorcycle accident. I'll be going to a memorial service for this kid in a few days, and it's just like, you just don't ride motorcycles, folks. Don't do it.
Well, he was actually in a bicycle, I believe.
It was bicycle, and he got hit by a car. Don't ride bikes either, folks.
He was on a bicycle. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just like, I mean, I made a joke about fucking bicyclists on the road, like a whole video about it. But like, one of the points was really like, a bicycle is not necessarily safe on the fucking road, especially if you don't have the proper infrastructure for it. But even if you do, motorcycle, not only has Paul's friend recently suffered a tragedy in that regard, but I actually just heard the other day that one of my stepdad's friends was not killed in a motorcycle accident, but was trying to do some dumb shit on a motorcycle, trying to do like a, look at me, I'm popping a wheelie or whatever the fuck. And now they're, laid up with a fucking bunch of broken ribs, some punctured fucking shit. And like, they're fucked up now.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna fuck. They got a long road of recovery because I'm gonna do a cool wheelie. Wah! You know, so I don't know, but like,
dude,
a lot of times the people that like motorcycles, a lot of them like that kind of danger, though. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, though. But look at what the cost of it is sometimes. There was a lady that was my next door neighbor when I was growing up before I moved out of my mom's house. Mm-hmm. And she worked hard her whole life, got to retirement age, right? Had like one of those like retirement relationships or whatever, met an older guy that was her age that was into motorcycles, and they fell in love or whatever, and he got her a motorcycle. She was just riding the motorcycle, fucked up, and laid it down and went end over end, lost one of her eyes, lost her ability to use one of her legs, actually had part of her foot amputated, and now has to go through the rest of her fucking life half blind and walking with a fucking prosthesis.
Yeah.
Because she got on a motorcycle.
Shit.
There's just too many stories like that, dude.
Yeah, and I've heard a bunch myself. I mean, like just recently, I've heard there was your friend's son or whatever, and then there was Steve's friend, and then I heard I think Chelsea knew through the grapevine somebody who got in a motorcycle accident. Like I think like Chelsea has told me like 3 or 4 kids that went to high school with her were killed in motorcycle accidents.
Yep. I knew I might have gone to a smaller high school. I knew 2 people, one that was seriously injured and one that was was on a motorcycle riding on the back and killed in high school.
Someone in the chat just said my parents are PTs. They said a lot of motorcycle accidents result in below the knee amputations.
Yep.
So that's gruesome shit.
I mean, anyway.
Listen to this. Boris Johnson considered being injected with COVID-19 on live TV, says ex-advisor.
What?
Yeah. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson was disastrously slow to impose a lockdown in 2020 because he thought COVID-19 was a scare story, and even considered getting injected with coronavirus on live television to show it was benign, his former chief advisor said. Johnson subsequently caught COVID-19 early in the pandemic and was so ill that he was moved to intensive care at a London hospital where he received liters of oxygen. He later said plans had been prepared to announce his death. In a blistering attack on the British state, Dominic Cummings told lawmakers that the government was completely unprepared for the worst public health crisis in decades, and that ministers, including the Prime Minister, were on holiday on February 2020, some skiing. Such was Johnson's skepticism about COVID-19. He even told officials he was considering getting the government's chief medical advisor to inject him with the novel coronavirus to show the public that it was not a big threat, Cummings said.
Dude, the British Trump is such a fucking joke.
He might. I thought that Trump was the dumber of the two. No. I thought America Trump was dumber than British Trump. Nope. But this gives me pause.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, hold on. What's dumber? Inject me with a deadly virus on national TV and then getting so sick from it you almost die and prepare like your death statement?
Yeah.
Or...
I mean, he never actually did get it injected, but he fact that it was seriously.
That's what I'm saying. Like floating the idea of getting injected with this thing and then going on to catch it and almost die of it. All right, that's stupidity.
Yeah.
Or let's nuke a hurricane. What's dumber?
Ooh.
Drop a nuke.
Here I am.
I think Trump,
nuke me like a hurricane.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say, right? Which one of those is actually a stupider idea? One of them is obviously more destructive than the other, but
but we gotta think about which one you have to know less about how reality works. So on one hand, it's like, at least with Trump, I mean, I gotta say that Boris Johnson's dumber because his stupidity endangered his own existence. Like he's like, inject me personally. Like it was like he was he was willing to put everything on the line for stupidity, right?
Trump's shit would have endangered his existence too, or at least his property's existence. Like he was talking about nuking a hurricane before it came into Florida and like making a big radioactive hurricane that washed ashore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's like not.
But once again, nuking the hurricane definitely has more repercussions.
Right.
but it does, at least it's like kind of removed from you, right?
I guess, unless it's heading right for your home in Mar-a-Lago, you know what I mean, or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
He's talking about nuking a hurricane that was on its way to Florida. I mean, like, I don't know. See, that's tough.
Well, here's the thing too. So, I mean, like, here's another thing to consider about it. Like, if you decide to inject yourself with the coronavirus, basically what you're saying is, I don't think this virus is shit. I just think it's a media scare tactic.
What about?
Right. So that's the stupid assumption there. But like, the stupid assumption of nuking a hurricane is like, what? I mean, like, what are you even assuming that the nuke is going to do to the hurricane? Like it's going to blow it apart?
Yeah, it's going to like stop it by blowing the eye apart.
Okay.
And scattering it and making a bunch of small storms out of it. You know what I mean? That's. I think that's what the idea was, right? I mean, I can't imagine. I don't know.
I don't even know what.
I've pondered.
I don't know what he was visualizing when he was thinking about it.
Yeah, I've pondered it, and that's the only thing that I can come up with that makes any sense to me. Is like you could just make a big nuke and explode the storm, you know? Or inject me with this deadly virus live on TV, and then...
Yeah, I don't know. This might be a wash.
Yeah, this particular one might be a wash.
Kim Kardashian says she failed the baby bar exam.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Close, but no passing the bar this time for Kim Kardashian. In a clip released Wednesday from her family's show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she confides. It's not confiding if there's a fucking television crew watching.
Yeah.
In her sister Kourtney and Khloe that she failed her law test. So you guys, I did not pass the baby bar, the reality star said.
It's like the baby bar. I thought it was like about her babies. It's about actually like trying to pass the bar. Right.
Kardashian goes on to explain in her confessional that she's doing a 4-year law school program rather than a typical 3-year. And that after the first year, you have to take the baby bar. So it's basically like to proceed on, you got to take this like sort of like prelude to the bar,
like
the
a
actual
prep
bar
test
exam.
for the bar. Yeah.
Right. Sort of. Yeah. This one's actually harder right here than the official bar, Kardashian says in the clip. Sure. Whatever you got to tell yourself. Anyway, this is basically just an effort to promote Kim Kardashian, like
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah. And I guess they're doing a new Hulu show because I think that one's getting canceled. It's like they're trying to like set up like, will Kim give up? Because she's like crying and like, I was studied for 10 weeks straight. I don't think I could do that again. I just don't have the time. Will Kim Kardashian pass the bar exam? Find out on Keeping Up with the Kardashians 2 Hulu show, whatever the fuck bullshit. So that's basically what this is. But cool. I figure people do like Kim Kardashian, or at least like to hear about her. So
I like her more now than I used to. I still am not a huge fan of Kim K. Well, I mean, I don't know how to dance around this. I've always been a fan of certain aspects of Kim K's personality. Yes. But you know, I think she dealt with like the whole Kanye bullshit pretty gracefully. So
indubitably. And yeah, I guess she wants to be a lawyer and like do like criminal justice reform shit, which that's a good cause. Fucking whatever.
Why not?
Prosecutors investigating Trump tell witness to prepare for grand jury testimony. Manhattan prosecutors pursuing a criminal case against former President Donald Trump, his company, and its executives have told at least one witness to prepare for grand jury testimony, according to a person familiar with the matter, a signal that the lengthy investigation is moving into an advanced stage. The development suggests that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office is poised to transition from collecting evidence to presenting what is likely a complex case to a grand jury, one that could result in the jury considering criminal charges. The district attorney's office, led by Cyrus Vance Jr., has been investigating Trump, his real estate company, and the company's executives on multiple fronts, including by examining the former president's tax returns, questioning perks and company that the company gave employees, and probing the manner in which the company accounted for reimbursements it made to Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen. Prosecutors have been closely examining the finances of Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg, as well as benefits received from the company by him and his son, Barry, a longtime employee of the Trump Organization, CNN has reported. ABC was first to report on a witness being contacted. The Washington Post reported Tuesday that the grand jury's Vance's office has convened is a special grand jury. The type of grand jury is typically used to hear complex, long-term fraud and corruption cases. A special grand jury sits longer than a standard grand jury, usually 3 to 6 months versus just 1. And if needed, the jurors can vote to extend its term even further. So New York City fucking trying to throw the book at Donald Trump, maybe just trying to disassociate themselves at this point, right? Just like, oh, we don't like the way that this unpopular Republican president is tied to our shining beacon of a city. The glory of New York City. Yes.
Our piss-smelling fucking monument to Capitol. Yeah. No, I mean, we don't.
New York City.
We don't. I hate to shoot down anybody's hopes, but we don't send our presidents to jail. The last time we did that was never ago.
Wait. Hold on. No, there was. No, there wasn't. Never mind. That was in another country. Sorry.
Yeah.
We've never done that. We've never sent a president to jail. Even if it's like
or former president has never served prison time.
Right. It's like Nixon or something. We're just like, no.
Nixon was literally caught paying hush money and dirty skullduggery money to people who broke into the DNC to spy on his political opponents. Caught red-handed talking about it in his own paranoid tapes that he made, where he insisted that everything he ever talked about with anybody be taped by a secret taping system. And
very intelligent decision, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker flew away on Marine One to California and died on a golf course. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Died in a house that was right on a golf course and lived it up in California for the rest of his fucking life.
California. Florida man shoots at another driver after his truck is hit with a banana.
Oh,
banana.
shit.
Banana.
Dude, that's a fighting banana. Them's fighting bananas, yo. You don't throw a banana at me.
A 34-year-old Largo man is behind bars after a road rage incident involving a banana and a gun. On Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, at approximately 8 a.m., Pinellas Park Police Patrol, too many P's, units responded to a shooting call that occurred at the 7500 block of the southbound U.S. Highway 19 North. Police say that during the initial investigation, it was learned that the shooting was a result of a road rage incident. As a result of the continued investigation, it was determined that the victim, Peter Sala Jr., became involved in a verbal argument, in parentheses, road rage, with Robert Lewis. Both of them were operating their vehicles southbound on the U.S. Highway 19. Following the argument, Sala Jr. drove past Lewis, who was seated inside his pickup truck, armed with a handgun, and Sala threw a portion of a banana that hit the side of Lewis's pickup truck. Police say that at that time, Lewis fired a single round at the passing truck being driven by Sala Jr. As a result of the shooting, the right front passenger window of Sala Jr.'s truck was shattered, and the bullet entered and lodged into the front passenger dashboard area of the truck. Damn. Sala Jr. suffered a small, non-life-threatening laceration to his leg from a piece of glass fragment that struck him.
Man.
Totally proportional response, too.
This is fucking awesome. You know what, dude? This makes me feel patriotic. Unironically patriotic. Because this ain't happening nowhere else. This is not happening. Like, there might be some banana incidents here and there in other parts of fucking society and in other countries and shit, right? But like,
there's definitely some bananas in some other parts, if you know what I'm saying.
You disgusting pig, TJ. You degenerate bastard. No, like, but nowhere else, no other country in the world does throwing a banana at somebody's car end with a fucking gunfight. You know what I mean? That's just like, that's America right there.
throw a banana at my Ford F-150. Fuck you son of a bitch.
Are you trying to make my car slip like a cartoon car or something?
Yeah. It's like, you think, does he think it's like Mario Kart or something? And like, oh, well, I mean, fair's fair, you know, he's going to throw a banana. Yeah. It's the blue shell, motherfucker. Only in Florida, only in America, only in Florida, only in America. This would happen in other states besides Florida, but it could happen in another country besides America.
No, not really. Not this unique combination of events.
Canadian soldier charged with feeding cannabis cupcakes to artillery unit during live fire exercise. Let this man go.
Yeah, he did nothing.
Let this man go.
He was trying to chill people out.
What? Canadian soldier charged? Like, what? Fuck you.
Charged with what? Sharing some fucking love and a little bit of chill?
Canadian soldier charged with having a good time with his friends. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, they're out there shooting guns and getting high. Who gives a fuck?
A Canadian Army gunner is facing more than a dozen charges after she allegedly... Yeah, like what?
They're throwing the book at this dude?
Her. It's a girl.
A girl?
A lady.
Man.
Yeah. Court documents allege a sudden onset of paranoia, fatigue, and confusion among the troops. Yeah, I mean, that's what it does. Unaware of the psychoactive... I mean, like, come on. Whatever. Man. Several affected members were allegedly unable to properly execute safe weapons and explosive handling drills. Okay, so did anyone die? Is someone dead?
What was the death toll from this fucking heinous act?
I don't even know what fucking... Do you remember? I used to read Wizard magazine back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Because I was a comic book nerd. And there was a story in Wizard magazine about the day, and it was never identified who did it, but someone working at Wizard magazine brought fucking brownies that were laced with fucking X-Lax, right? To the office, and everyone ate them, and everyone shit their fucking pants, okay? And it was just like, haha, someone pulled a funny prank. You know what I mean?
You know what, dude? You're passing up on the fucking... What makes more sense to you? Let me give you two stories, and you tell me which...
I'm just saying, like, you know...
Hold on, no. Just tell me which one sounds like...
Can't even pull a prank no more.
This wasn't even a prank. This wasn't even a prank. Look.
Right.
What makes more sense to you?
Hey, guys. Okay. I know we're about to go on a live fire, but you guys want to do it on weed? I got some weed brownies here. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Let's do it.
And then they lied about it and fucking tried to point the finger at the guy that gave it to him and claimed that they were spiked, or that this dude just wasted a bunch of brownies on playing a prank on his friends.
Her
friends.
We went over
I think it's way more likely that this lady fucking offered these guys some pot brownies and they all thought it was a good idea, and then to save their own asses, they all pointed the finger at her like a bunch of little bitches. Like they didn't know what... Oh, she dosed me, bro. This doesn't happen. People don't dose people. It just doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna go through the trouble of, like, getting a bunch of weed brownies and shit. And, like, just give them out. Like, I'm gonna use it to, like, trick people into fucking being high or whatever. Like, I don't know.
It's just so stupid.
Bullshit.
These guys, dude, these Canadian fucking moose hunting piece of shit American wannabe troops rolled over on the chick that gave them their pot brownies. I didn't even know. What's a pot brownie? What's even a pot? I don't know what it... You know what I mean? I don't buy that shit for a fucking second. They all knew what they were doing. Then they got too high to do their thing, and the commanding officer was probably like, you will account for this, and they all just fucking uniformly were like, sir, it was her, sir. It was Corporal Courvoisier, sir. She was the one who did it, sir.
Bunch of bullshit.
It was her, eh? She dosed us, eh? She just said that she brought some brownies to share with us before the live fire, and we were all very hungry, eh? Because we had a late breakfast, and then suddenly we all started feeling real weird, and none of us have ever done a marijuana before, sir.
Like, give me a fucking break, bro. I don't buy this for a fucking second. You bunch of pussies, you bunch of narcs. Stand up and take your fucking lumps. You got too high to do your job.
4 family members accused of murder in mistaken identity case. 4 members of a Texas family have been charged with murder after being accused of ambushing a neighbor in what authorities said Wednesday was a case of mistaken identity. Eddie Clark, 29, was shot late Monday as he drove to his Houston area home in northwest Harris County. The Harris County Sheriff's Office alleged that Clark was shot by Joe Arguda, who lives in the same subdivision. His mother, Florinda Arguda, 39, told investigators someone had been damaging their home and vehicles, and they suspected a teenage friend of her son's ex-girlfriend was responsible, according to the sheriff's office. She said whatever, that doesn't make sense, might be driving a black Dodge Charger. At 11:30 p.m. Monday, Joe Arguda, 19, and his family spotted what they thought was the suspected vehicle and tried to block its path, with one family member armed with a bat and another with a pistol, authorities said. The sheriff's office alleges that Joe Arguda fired at the vehicle after it tried to drive away. The vehicle, which was shot multiple times, went off the road and hit a tree. Clark tried to flee on foot, but later collapsed. He was transported to a local hospital where he died. The sheriff's office said Clark had been driving a dark gray Dodge Challenger rather than a black Dodge Charger, and investigators don't believe he was involved with the dispute with the Arguda family. Seems like a tragic case of mistaken identity. No, because even if it was the right identity, like, it's not like what they did was still wrong. It wasn't just like they accidentally killed someone that didn't deserve to die while attempting to kill someone who did or something.
Yeah, this is just absurd. This is just like more militarized cowboy police department shit. It's just
we're gonna kill them.
Shoot first,
Someone
ask
come around
questions
here.
later. To protect and riddle with bullets. That's our motto. We protect you with a shield of lead coming at you at 250 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, it's not a cop shooting in this instance, but
whatever. It usually is.
This time it was just a crazy family that's like, we gonna protect our land. I think it's that one crazy kid that rides in the black Charger what done it. And then a gray Challenger comes along. They're like, close enough, kill him. Like, all right, that was worth it. You stopped him from maybe potentially kicking your car or something.
You got him. You got him.
Elderly man has wrong leg amputated at Austrian clinic. Oops. Freistadt Clinic apologizes for tragic mistake, which local media said the patient did not initially recognize because of his illness.
Oh my God.
Oops.
Bro.
An Austrian hospital amputated the wrong leg of a patient, it said on Thursday, blaming human error. No shit. For what it calls a tragic mistake. The elderly patient was suffering from many illnesses, and the Freistadt Clinic in a town of the same name near the Czech border. Probably saying it way wrong, whatever. Said in a statement, previous sickness had affected his leg to the point where his left leg required amputation. But I guess they accidentally took his right leg instead.
Oh my
We're deeply
God,
shocked
bro.
that on Tuesday, 18th of May, despite quality assurance standards, the wrong leg of an 82-year-old man was amputated, the clinic said, adding that the mistake was first noticed during a bandage change on Thursday morning.
When the dude was
we have to find out how this this mistake could happen. I don't know.
Like,
seems like it probably was just
when you go to like people that are getting stuff, like, because the body is pretty much hemispherically symmetrical when it comes to shit like this, and so people are getting like something removed or one side of their body operated on or whatever. They'll straight up write on you. Like, they write on the leg, yes, and no on the leg that you're not supposed to cut off, like in a prominent, like you'll see it in.
Do not cut this leg off.
I'm serious. Like, if you go watch these surgical, you can watch them on YouTube, these surgical procedures and shit where they're removing somebody's foot or something. They will write right on the affected part, yes, in big bold letters on the one that you're supposed to, even if it seems obvious that that's the one that's supposed to come off, to avoid shit like this. But anyway, yeah, we definitely don't want to replace doctors and surgeons and stuff with an AI pronto.
Look at this shit.
I'm so sorry, China. Know what I mean, China? You know what I mean? I didn't know that Taiwan was not a country, according to you, and I made a very bad mistake, Vern. You know what I mean? Gosh dang. I'm so sorry there, China. It's me. Me, John P. Cena. You know what I mean? I made the mistake of
Uyghur genocide. I can't see that.
Yeah. I don't see any genocide happening anywhere. I'm genocide blind, China.
Blind. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I think it's probably
that's about
time
it.
we bid adieu to our good friends in the pleb section.
Good friends.
Guys, the show is going to go on for another hour. You know, it's going to go on for another hour, but plebs can't see it. You got to be members of our Patreon to see the rest of the show. Sorry, that's just how it is.
Link right down below to go directly to the next live stream and become a patron if you want to do that, or if you just want to remain a pleb.
It's right down there. You can be a pleb if you want, but
you can be a pleb.
Patreon's down there. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be a pleb.
I wouldn't do it.